is one of the most successful pastors in South Korea. In fact, in South Korean history, he's gigantic. He's made a lot of money and gotten a lot of people to follow South Korea's Yodo Full Gospel Church. And as he's been doing that, he's been taking a lot of the full bank account that they had and put it into his pocket. And hence, he's been caught on that, and he's now facing a prison sentence. I'm going to tell you about that in a second. First, let me tell you all the wonderful things he's taken for the church. First, there was a $12 million church fund that he went ahead and decided should go in his pocket rather than someone else's. And then he took an $18 million severance pay in 2008 as he was leaving. What are you, CEO? What do you run, Bank of America? Which pastor takes an $18 million severance pay? It's crazy. That's awesome. And then he is also accused of embezzling $20 million and privatizing church assets. Because if there's one thing that Jesus would do, it's privatize church assets. Man, no shame whatsoever, right? And that's just some of the charges against him. There's a whole heap of others that are not monetized. Like, we don't know exactly how much he took in the other cases. You just add those three up right there, and you're looking at, what are we looking at? $50 million. Okay, JR just said it right. Jesus. That's how he got the money in the first place. So, what are the charges that he's facing now? Embezzlement charges for encouraging church officials in 2002 to buy stock owned by his son, which, by the way, he wanted them to buy it at 4 times the market price. Well, Jesus would want you to buy his son's stock at 4 times the price, right? Jesus loved the money changers, right? So what did he get? Well, he got 3 years in prison for that and $4.6 million in fines. Now, look, so this looks like a clear-cut case, right? He's a scam artist, he's a fraud, he's a huckster, and he took people's hard-earned money and put it in his pocket. Well, look, on the other hand, what happened was people got hope. And he built up a massive church, and people willingly paid him. Now, did they think that he was going to spend it on, religious funding? Yeah, I guess they thought that. Did they think he was going to spend it on the poor? Really? But yeah, I guess they probably did. But mainly they were giving it to him because they felt hopeful. Like, oh yes, great. Oh my God. He had, before, when he was a Buddhist, he was near death from tuberculosis. And he says, Jesus came down and saved him. And he started preaching in the 1950s and built up this giant congregation of South Koreans who couldn't wait to give him money, right? So my, sympathy for them is significant on the one hand because they got taken in by what appears to be a crook, and now literally, since he's convicted, a embezzler, a fraud, a crook by definition, right? On the other hand, why'd you give him the money, man? You really the guy, with all the fancy houses and the cars, etc. You think he was going to give it to the poor, not his sons and not himself? So, look, don't give to these religious leaders. They don't have the best intentions. If there's already a charity set up that you know is effective, and it's a Christian charity or a religious charity, and it gives money to the poor, the needy, for education, etc., great, do that. Don't just trust one religious leader and just give him all your money. He's going to take it home. I'm telling you ahead of time. So this guy did it in the past, but there's going to be another guy a year from now and a year from now. Each time they're going to take your money and you're going to go, I can't believe it. This guy told me that he was for Jesus, and I gave him all my money, and turns out he was for himself.